How to find and keep good staff. Years ago, when I was trying to replace myself as a coach, I was looking around and trying to hire the people who had the best skill at the lifts that I was teaching, or maybe the best education, like they had a kinesiology degree. And I went through a couple of staff like that and it didn't work out. And I asked myself why. And what I realized was I was trying to replace myself with myself. I was trying to create carbon copies of myself instead of asking what was actually best for my clients. So I went back in time to a lesson that I had learned as a teenager, and that is to hire for personality and train for skill. And so I found a member who was bright and bubbly, always smiling even at 6 a.m. She was a student at a local college, and I asked her if she'd like to coach our 6 a.m. group. I put her through a little coaching program to get her used to a leadership role, and so that she could deliver it exactly the way that I would deliver a class, and then I turned her loose. Well, guess what happened? More clients started attending. They loved meeting Charity at 6 a.m. They loved having a happy, smiley, good morning. Even if she wasn't giving them the technical details of the spreadsheets or the explanations, she was giving them a warm greeting, an amazing high five, usually a really great hug, and really making their day before their day had even started. So when you're hiring, that's rule number one, is always hire for personality and train for skill. You can teach people anything, but you can't teach people good humor or great personality. There are 4 steps to look at when you're thinking about hiring or training a new coach, keeping in mind that that filter of hire for personality is the most important of all. The first is you can develop your coaches internally. You can find happy, smiley, passionate clients who want to coach, and you can run something that we call the Advanced Theory course. So every year we run an Advanced Theory course or an ATC. We invite anybody who would like to see the other side of the clipboard to sign up and take this course. We don't promise a job. We don't say this is a path to being a coach at Catalyst. We say, here's how you learn more about coaching or what coaching is like. They show up for a few weeks. They practice leading each other. We look for the person with the best personality, with the best comfort in front of other people, and then we start teaching them what they need to know. So the first method to gaining great staff is hire them internally. The second is to look locally. The chances are that you create better opportunities for your staff than any other gym in town. So you probably pay better too. So what you can do is you can go to a local global gym. You can hire a personal trainer for a session, hire 5 personal trainers for a session each, pick the one that you like best, and ask them what they want to do with their life. If they have career aspirations to stay in fitness, maybe there's a chance that you can make it better for them. You're not hurting anyone. This isn't illegal. You're not poaching anyone. What you're doing is giving this coach a better opportunity to make a career in fitness on a stable platform that you have built. You do that through the entrepreneurial model, and I explain that in other videos. The third way to get great staff is the educational route. So if you've got a local college or university in your town, you can call them and say, do you have any really great seniors or even a promising junior who's close to graduating and has to do an internship? And then you can cherry pick from among the best, bring them in, run an internship for several months. You don't have to pay them usually, and you can wind up with an amazing coach or not. And then the fourth method is job ads. Now you can download our free step-by-step hiring guide from the link below this video. You can get the job ads and you can post the ads. But this is a very long process, and this is usually like your last step if you absolutely can't find a great candidate through the first 3 steps. Probably about, if I'm looking at like 10 hires in your gym, 5 of those will come internally. You'll identify amazing clients who are just an amazing, blazing personality. Whether or not they have the technical knowledge is irrelevant. They want to be able to relate to the client and be happy. About 30% will come from other local trainers. About 10% will come from educational and 10% will come from job ads. Now, if you're in a giant city where people are transient, they're moving in and out all the time, you might have to go back to job ads. But if that's the case and you're running job ads, then you should be running them all the time. Like, never stop hiring. Because if you have to resort to that level, probably your coaching staff is either big or transient and you're gonna have to keep hiring anyway. Now, how do you keep the staff that you hire? If you've gone through any of the business literature, Harvard Business Review, or any of the others, you'll find that people are motivated by money, but they're even more motivated by access to opportunities, create their own pathway, education, and mentorship. And so if you really want to keep your staff around, you have to offer a balance of all those things. So how much money should you pay people? That starts with a conversation. And you say, what is your dream? What's your perfect day? How much would you like to earn? Most of your coaches will always be part-time because that's what they want, right? And maybe they want to be part-time for a while. Maybe 2 years from now, they'll want to go full-time, but you can't assume that everybody will always want to be full-time. So start with that. Figure out how much money that they want to make to get to their perfect day. And maybe that's a balance of their other job, or maybe it's just working part-time or whatever. And you work backward from that amount to say, well, I can give you this many group classes. I can give you this many personal training clients. We can do this specialty program, like maybe it's kids, okay? That's the money part, and that's just math. That's the easy part. The next thing is they want a clear path to success. They want to be successful. And so you have to start by saying, here is exactly how we run this program. Here's how we deliver a personal training session. Here's how you log a person in properly. Here's what to do if they don't show up. Teach them exactly what to do. Give them a playbook so that they can be successful right out of the gate. Then measure their progress. They want to know when they're doing well, but they also want to know when they're not, and they want you to help them get better. What they don't want to do is guess. What they don't want to do is think, oh, is Chris just mad at me, or am I actually doing something wrong? Is Chris just like having a bad day? Has he got like hangry problems, or am I actually screwing this up? You have to tell them, and that means booking regular evaluations. And then finally, you have to mentor them. Your job as the owner of the business is to help them build successful careers on your platform by growing the pie for everybody. And so when your mentor tells you, let's find an opportunity to increase client value by offering a kids class, you need to turn around and mentor your coach on how to offer and market and grow and retain a really good kids program. Instead of just being like the bottleneck of information and empathy and care and guidance and mentorship and leadership, you need to turn around and let that flow through you toward your staff. Staff who are getting enough money, and staff who feel like they are receiving mentorship, and staff who have the opportunity to control their own destiny a little bit. They've got some flexibility, but more important, they've got the opportunity. Those are the staff who stick around very long term. I'm lucky to have some staff who've been with me for 20 years now. I've also got some staff who have just really started, and I've had many staff who lasted 4 or 5 years and then went off on their own. And all of that is okay. But the key to all of it was not what salary I offered or whether I paid benefits. It was cash, of course, but it was more access to opportunity, mentorship, education, and progression.